Okay, so this second article of part two. So the core of part two is the person of Jesus Christ and the work of Jesus Christ. And the second article is talking about the Mass. And if you need clarification in a church context, when Martin Luther is writing about the Mass, he is talking about the Catholic worship service, I think is the easiest way to describe it for us today. But he goes, and this is a pretty long article. He talks at length about some of the theology that has sprung out of the way that they engage with the Mass. And the core of a lot of his complaints are this. It is that they are making this into a work. They're making human traditions into a work, which is something that, like, I'm not going to cover a lot here because we've covered that at least twice, right? Because there's an article in the Augsburg Confession that is then explained in the Apology to the Augsburg Confession that talks about human tradition. And I'm not going to go into it more other than just to say, nothing you do makes you more or less saved. We covered this yesterday, right? The only thing that saves us is Jesus Christ and his sacrifice. Okay, so how you worship, how often you go to church, like all of these things, they don't impact how much you're saved. Okay? But he talks about some of the value of coming together in this communal service. And one of the big points that he's driving at here is that this is a place where the sacraments, where God's gifts to us are rightly taken and rightly participated in. And I think this is, he says, it's not right, even if everything else were in order, to use the common sacrament of the church for one's own devotional life and to play with it according to one's own pleasure apart from God's word and outside the church community. So when he's speaking against the Mass, he's not saying there's anything wrong with community worship. What he is driving at here is that it's not right to say you have to do these things and you have to do them this way for salvation. But he wants to be clear that church community and that proper place to receive the sacraments is critical to the walk of a believer. So what I kind of want to pull out of this to our practice is understand that going to church or singing a certain way or engaging in a certain kind of tradition, it's not going to save you or condemn you. But I want to bring forward to you again that there is incredible value in gathering with the church community, in getting together on Sunday morning and worshiping together and being together in fellowship outside of that as well. This church community and taking part in communion is an incredible gift, and it's kind of ridiculous for us to not engage with it. And the example that I use, and I've probably used this before and I'm probably going to use it again, is if you say you have, say you're a kid, and you have this rich uncle who has no kids of his own, no wife, like his house is paid off, his cars are paid off, he's loaded and he has nothing to spend his money on except for his beloved nephew. So he gets you a birthday gift, and every year he gets you the coolest birthday gift, right? He's the one who got you an Xbox, or he's the one who got you that $500 Lego Death Star, or like he gets you the coolest gift. And one birthday you see, you see the box and it's labeled to Josh or whatever your name, to you from good old Uncle Ian, or Uncle Smith, or Uncle Schmidt, or like whatever his name is. And you say, I know that's an awesome gift. I know there's something cool in there, but you know what? I'm going to not unwrap it. Instead, I'm just going to go put it in the closet. It's kind of silly. And it's when we decide, oh, I'm not going to go to worship, I'm not going to join with the community of the church, we're kind of doing that same thing. So if you have questions, if you have comments, concerns, drop them below or reach out to me, and go in peace. Serve the Lord. Thanks be to God.